Rolling. Let's get into it. So have you been putting music up on SoundCloud and have been discovering that very few people are coming and listening to your music? Well, on today's episode, we'll be discussing 9 ways to build a community on SoundCloud on today's episode of Musik DTV, your home for B2B music news. So to stay abreast on the latest happenings in the B2B music news world, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified whenever we post a video on the channel. How are you doing today? I am Tuko, your resident artist entrepreneur, and let's get into today's news story. So a lot of us have actually posted music on SoundCloud as one of the main ways we look to when we're trying to release something, just get it out there for people to listen to it. It's just a sharing platform for a lot of us. But I think there's a lot of room that we have to actually grow on the platform, even though, of course, Spotify, Apple Music, and all those things are paying quite well, I guess, in comparison to some degree, and if you're not in the premier platform. But SoundCloud is still a viable platform with over 175 million users on the platform globally. It's still something worth paying attention to and might be something worth building a community on. So we'll get into those 9 ways now. Number 1, start digging. Start using the search tools on SoundCloud so you can get familiar with the tools to see how people might actually discover you along the way of you discovering new music on SoundCloud for yourself. Number 2, engage with creators on the platform. If you like some music, make sure you go over there, you give them a like, leave them a comment, and also do a follow, because people have a tendency to use reciprocity when it comes to this concept. So if you want them to follow you, you might want to start by following them. Number 3, engage with your listeners. If you get any messages from your listeners, if they leave timed comments on any of your tracks, make sure you go back and engage with them. SoundCloud is kind of a creator community, so some people who have accounts on there probably are also creators, and you want to make sure you build connections with them because you want them to end up following you if they haven't, and you want to make sure that happens so when you release new music, they'll be alerted to those new music too. Number 4, join groups. They leave a note here saying that moderated groups are the better groups to join because they help weed out all the noise. But if you can find groups that actually cater to the type of music you want to release, and you find the community of creators who are creating that music, and people are going to these groups to listen to that music, and you decide to participate in that group, now you found an audience for your music because it's a similar place where people are actually buying what those people are selling. And if you're selling something similar, there's a better chance they might buy into you as well. Number 5, start a group. If you don't have any groups that cater to what you do, start a group with some sort of theme. Go out and find those tracks, repost those tracks so you can kind of pull those creators into a certain community and also pull listeners from those creators into that community. And you can also share your music with these listeners as well. Number 6, be sure to engage and thank your group. If you have people participating in your group, make sure you give hyperlinks to the group to share that group, and you thank everybody who was contributing to that group. It's just about building connections and relationships and rapport. Number 7, share across all your social media platforms. Share your group, share your favorite tracks on these social media platforms. When these artists see you are sharing their music, they might be more likely to do the same for you. So it's kind of a community building and a reciprocity thing kind of happening. You're also trying to do, but make sure it's genuine. Make sure you actually like that music. And if you do, don't be afraid to share it on your Instagram or your Twitter or whatever you decide to use. Number 8, collaborate. Now on SoundCloud, you have the opportunity to use private tracks, which isn't open to the public. And you can use these tracks to kind of trade ideas back and forth with other creators on the platform. And you can work mobily to do different things with these people, and collaborations also help bring those audiences together, especially if they have an audience you truly might want to tap into. And then number 9, allow other people to do remixes to your music. If you open up your music for remixes and collaborations to that degree, you'll never know what you might get out of that. You might get some really cool dance mix that can really do well for you on some sort of dance chart on Spotify or even on SoundCloud. So opening yourself up for a lot more collaborations via remixes can be a cool way for you to get more people paying attention to what you do, especially if people remix it, have some sort of audience as well. Now, those are the 9 tips I came across in this article to help you build a SoundCloud community. Now, I myself haven't been heavy on SoundCloud. I don't go and discover a whole bunch of music on SoundCloud, but I know the community does exist, and I will actually kind of try some of these things starting in 2019 when I plan on releasing some music. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are there any tactics and strategies that you use on on SoundCloud that I could be leaving out. Be sure to drop that in the little Yelp review down below. Beyond that, I am Tuko. You can follow me on Instagram at TukoIam, and you can also keep up on the latest B2B music news by following Musik DTV at Musik DTV. Oh, and if you would like more videos like this, be sure to share with a friend, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.